Services I received was the intensive outpatient. Also had a counselor by the name of Pat Pichette, who had passed away a few years ago. And you know, Pat was he was very instrumental in my recovery. You know, I still think about him and wish he was here, you know, to see me, because he had a lot of faith in me. Pat had a lot of faith in me, and that was at a time where I didn't have a lot of faith in myself. I was clinging on to life, you know, barely clinging to life. And you know, Pat was someone that called me out, you know, when I needed it, and he was someone that encouraged me when I needed it too. And I could sit there and I would be talking to him, because it started with me just meeting up with him one-on-one, and we were trying to figure out a game plan for me. And so, you know, I had all these ideas, and you know, I've always been somewhat well-spoken, so Pat picked up on that. And so I could, you know, I think I was, you know, BSing him and telling him, oh, I don't need this or I need that, and he would just sit there and be like, okay. And then at the end he'd be like, yeah, no, I don't believe you, or that's a lie, or this is what you should do. I don't think you should do that, you should do this. And I really needed that. I really did. So we had decided initially we were going to do an intensive treatment. They were going to send me out to Keystone. And during this time I was initially seeing him, I started to go to 12-step meetings on my own, because I also was, you know, part of that throughout my earlier attempts at recovery. So I knew that I needed to do that. I knew that they were going to push me towards that eventually. That was going to be the goal. So I started doing that on my own. And so I did that, and then he just finally decided to let me just do that, and then the intensive outpatient, which was 3 times a week. So I ended up completing the outpatient, and then I did the aftercare, and I did that for about 2 or 3 months. But during this time I was also doing the meetings. I had got a sponsor. I was working the 12 steps, and so I started to change and grow in a lot of different ways. And I kind of realized with my sponsor that I didn't really need the aftercare. I felt like there were other people that could use that, and so I ended up dropping out of the aftercare, but I still kept up with my meetings and my step work and stuff.